All right. So I just wanted to record this quick video kind of demonstrating what was expected in Lab 6. I do know that we ran into a lot of problems with the software that we used, but I'm going to demonstrate here on my home network kind of what this looks like. So to start, I downloaded and installed a program called ZenMap. ZenMap is actually the graphical front end to a very popular scanning tool called Nmap, which is available on almost everything. So what we're going to do here is follow most of the steps related to the important section of the lab. So I've opened my port scanning tool and I'm going to pick a target. In this case, my target is one of the servers at my house. It's actually a Raspberry Pi in case you care. And so I put that into the target section. So of course you have some options here. All of these options really just map to different Nmap commands because it is normally a command line utility, but just know that this is in fact all commands available. Well, all of the commands available here have their command line variants as well. So I'm just going to hit scan. And this is going to go through doing the port scan just like in the lab. So for example, you can see here that there were discovered ports 80, 22, and 3128, right? And then a bunch of other information as well. And let's take a look at some of that. So we got some open ports. It's doing some service scans. It found the domain that I had on that particular Raspberry Pi. It's doing some OS detection. And once again, it found that domain. It's not showing the 997 closed ports because of course that would be kind of useless. It took a guess at what the operating system was, and it looks like it's a Raspbian distribution of Linux, which is a Raspberry Pi, so that's an excellent guess. And then it's doing best guess on what's going on the ports as well. So in this case, 22, it's guessing it's SSH, which it is. On 80, it's guessing that it's HTTP running Apache, which it is. On 3128, it's guessing it's OpenSSH, which I am running a server on there, so that is correct as well. And it's just giving us some interesting information related to traceroute. So that's complete. You can take a look at what you have here, different ports, topologies, and all that fun stuff as well. So the next item, it's wanting you to scan the entirety of your network. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. In this case, I'm just going to use a CIDR block notation and say /24 because that's what my environment is. We're going to actually reduce the scan to a quick scan just for the sake of this video, and we'll let this run for a second. Now, it does say to leverage Wireshark to look at the packets as well. I don't know if I have that installed, but if I do, we'll pull that up as well. But also this is still scanning, so I need something to fill time anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video while I look for Wireshark. Alright, so it looks like I may have uninstalled it. Either way, you would look at the packets and just take a look, kind of like we did in previous labs. But these are all the hosts that were discovered on my network. You can take a look at the ports for each individual host. Right. You can take a look at the topology that it scanned. So I have a very flat network, so there's, one scanner and then everything's around it. And then of course you can take a look at some host details. Now I have a lot of garbage on my network, so this could all be my gaming systems or my Raspberry Pis, my computer, my virtual machines. But yeah, essentially now you can see everything that's on my network. But that's really the gist of what we were looking for in the lab. I do apologize for the problems we ran into, but hopefully this helps. And this kind of shows you what port scanning does. Just note that if there was a firewall enabled, this is actually a good demonstration. So you have ports on almost all of these. However, on these devices, you do not. That's probably because that our probe is being blocked. Probe being what looks for that socket connection between you and the system you're checking. So just know that firewalls can block port scans, and they can also block valid traffic. So you have to be careful when you're making these firewall decisions.